You ever get that feeling, the one where it seems like the market is actively working against you? Like every single move it makes is just perfectly designed to throw you off? Well, stick around because in the next few minutes, we're going to uncover exactly why that happens. All right, here's what we've got on tap. First up, we're going to pinpoint the real problem behind most trading struggles. Then I've got this wild horse analogy that's really going to help you see the market in a totally new light. After that, we'll zero in on the single biggest mistake traders make. And finally, we'll get to the good stuff, the expert solution for navigating all that chaos. So let's dive right in. What is the real problem here? Because I'm willing to bet it's not what you've been telling yourself. It's so easy to blame your tools or just your luck. We've all been there, right? Thinking, if only I had a better strategy, or man, I just keep getting so unlucky. But the truth is, for most of us, the real issue, it lies somewhere much, much deeper than that. See, the real issue, it's a fundamental misunderstanding. It's not about how you're riding. It's about what you're riding. And trust me, that changes absolutely everything. Okay, so to really get a handle on what you're riding, let's try a little thought experiment. Just imagine this for a second. You climb onto a wild horse for the very first time. Now, in your head, you're expecting a smooth ride, right? Something controlled, predictable maybe. But instead, what you get is a jerk. It's violent, it's unstable, it's pure chaos. And what's your first reaction? Your whole body tenses up instantly. Your muscles clench, your grip gets tighter, and your mind just snaps into high alert. It's a pure, gut-level, primal reaction to all that chaos.
Now, what's so cool about this analogy is how perfectly it lines up with trading. That feeling, that's you right in the middle of a trade. The price pushes up. Phew, relief. Then it suddenly drops. Oh no, panic. It spikes back up again. Yes, there's hope. Then it wobbles, and here comes the doubt.
And somewhere in the back of your mind, you're asking this one simple question. Why can't this thing just move normally? But here it is. This is the critical shift in your perspective. The horse isn't misbehaving. It's not doing anything wrong. It's just being a wild horse. That's what it does. And that right there perfectly illustrates a core truth about the market. It isn't designed to move smoothly. Its whole nature is to swing and shake and thrash around. That instability, that's not some weird exception. That is the normal state of things. It is the environment. And this gets us to the mistake you probably didn't even realize you were making. Your fundamental mistake was all about your expectation. Think about it. You got on a wild horse, but deep down you were expecting a gentle ride on a carousel. You were expecting calm, predictable movement. And because of that expectation, what happens? Every single pullback feels like imminent danger. Every spike feels like you have to do something right now. So what do? You react, instead of just staying seated and riding it out. Okay, so if that's the mistake, what's the solution? How do the pros, the experienced traders, handle the exact same wild ride without getting constantly thrown off? Here's the secret. Experienced traders don't necessarily ride differently. They ride with a plan. They have a super clear plan. They know exactly where they're getting in. They know exactly where they're getting out. But here's the most important part. They define that space in between. They have a zone where they've already decided they're just going to sit tight and absorb the shaking because they know it's just part of the ride. So the whole point comes down to this one powerful idea. Rules create stability inside of unstable conditions. So here's what I want you to do. Before you even think about your next trade, define one thing with absolute clarity. At what exact price does my idea become invalid? And I'm not talking about vibes. I'm not talking about feelings. I mean a fixed, concrete line in the sand, an exact price. This simple mindset shift, it's going to be your anchor in the chaos. So go ahead and save this explainer. Make it a habit to just come back to this core idea before you place your next trade. It'll make a huge difference. And hey, if you want more simplified concepts just like this one, make sure you follow the channel. We're here to help you stop thinking that trading just doesn't work and really start understanding how it actually does.